the two witnesses watching the end of the world as it happens. What have you got
Indeed,
for
we
us this
are.
week?
Well, what a week it's been. What a week. So much to think about. Just a small list of what's happened. So, Afghanistan, obviously, the sudden realization that we're going to have a goodness knows how many Afghans living in our midst. But I didn't realize until fairly early on today that the calling of the general election, which seemed very strange with Rishi Sunak standing there in the rain. That was called on the 22nd of May. On the 21st of May, that super injunction, a judge deemed that it could be lifted.
Ah,
So, and then, despite them calling the election, they got a 6 week reprieve. And then Labour, I believe, six times in the last year have extended that super injunction and also
wow.
extended the number of Afghans that could come in to 24,000.
Yeah, well, it was only
So,
something like 9,000, but of course they've all got 11 uncles, cousins, brothers, five wives, sex slaves, the whole damn caboodle. So one of them,
but
just
yeah, well,
one,
an average
bringing
average
22
eight.
with him.
Yeah, I know that on average they're bringing eight people. But the thing is, the people who were in Afghanistan on the ground, the soldiers themselves or the people in charge said at a maximum there were only 1,500 Afghans working with them. I mean,
Mm.
most of them are meant to be interpreters. You don't need three interpreters per soldier, do you? So the whole thing is I don't know what the real reason is. I mean, it's probably part of this massive replacement or getting another army here on site for when everything kicks off. I don't know. But anyway, that was like sort of the big news, and more is coming out about that, and it's just an absolute disaster for.
It's
I
a
mean, where are they going to
disaster
put all
for
these
white
people?
English women, basically. I mean, I don't know if you saw Matt Walsh's What is a Woman? He went and interviewed an Afghan tribe, didn't he? And what did they say? Oh,
Yes.
before Mohammed, we just used to bury baby girls, head down in the soil and kill them. But after Mohammed, then we just had sex with them. So this is what we're importing. I mean, how many Afghans have been in the news recently before this has come out? Before, and they're all rapists, rapists by Afghanis, raped by Afghanis. There's got to have been about
Yeah.
14 in the last month.
Yeah, it must be obvious even to the blindest of the blind now that this is deliberate. I mean, there's no way you accidentally bring in 24,000 Afghans plus eight
And who
each.
leaked
I
it?
mean, it's
Who leaked these details so they'd
they're
have?
not saying. They won't say. It's protected. They said there's no point going on a witch hunt for whoever it was who leaked it. And Grant Shapps, who was, I guess he was, I don't know what his title was at the time, but basically he said he'd do exactly the same again.
Yeah,
Say
well,
that it's fine for them all to come here.
great. Just marvelous.
Yes, so
And they're
that so
all going
that
to
was
get
one
houses.
thing.
They're all going to get houses
Yeah.
and they're never going to have to work. And,
No,
and
no.
they're going to sue. So what I would like to know is, will the Horizon people get their money before the Afghans do or not?
And every person raped by one of them, will they get compensation as well? Because
They're
we
going to
know
tell to
those
shut
numbers
up
are
for
good
shut up for the sake
for
of
the sake of diverse. Oh, for the what was it? What's it?
cohesion.
Social cohesion or something or other.
Yeah.
So there's that, and then there's the Epping. Obviously the Bell Hotel in Epping, where again migrants are being housed at taxpayer expense, four-star hotel, and apparently a migrant who arrived recently has been sexually harassing schoolgirls on the way to school. So unexpectedly, the locals are up in arms about it and staged a peaceful protest. And oh, guess what? The Essex police used their own police vans to take the Antifa people from the station to the peaceful protest, and suddenly everything kicks off.
Look at the state of this. There's a woman over there with a beard, for fuck's sake. What's that there? What's that wizard?
Take them away. Full escort, and then you've got the problem solved. You leave them here, right? They're going to.
Where are you taking them?
It's not going to go. That's it. Take them away now.
Oi!
Police in riot gear, of course. Who knows what number of police vans there? And some guy who's just standing up to, facing the policeman. I don't know if you saw the footage of this. The policeman used the shield to smash his teeth out.
Hmm. Yeah.
unprovoked,
Yeah.
unprovoked. So anyway, so there's that. I mean, it's been such a week, hasn't it? And
And of
then
course the police ran over the protesters. I
yes,
mean,
yeah,
we had Just Stop Oil on the motorway and no one dared go near them. Just Stop
the
Oil
police were bringing them
blockaded
cups
the
of
streets
tea.
in London. No one dared go near them. But one protester outside Epping and the police can run him over because he's not Jocasta or Henry. He's not got a double-barreled name.
No, no, and he's a white working class guy. So there was Epping, obviously. But then what? Because I've had an interest, as you know, for a while about Big Mike and his hobby Barry. So the latest news coming from America, despite all the hoo-ha about the Epstein list, which apparently Trump now says doesn't exist, despite Pam Boddy having had it on her desk, but then her saying, no, I didn't mean I had the list on my desk. I meant I had it as a to-do on my desk to look at the list. And despite months ago, loads of people holding up the Epstein file folders. Anyway, so obviously now people think, oh, Trump's involved. And then I don't know if you saw that he's supposed to have sent a birthday message to Epstein with a lovely little drawing. We don't know what drawings, but it made me laugh because earlier on X, someone had made a little meme and said, "Oh, they said, I don't know if you can see the picture." Basically, it said, "Morning. Trump supposedly sent a picture to Epstein in 2003 with a nice little note. The media and Democrats going bonkers because Trump's a better artist than Hunter Biden. Well, I used my talent and did a picture of Michelle Obama. Can I get some attention?" Anyway, so yeah. So the interesting thing here is obviously now Obama has been identified as being behind the Russia hoax, which of course was meant to undermine Trump's presidency. So what the Russia hoax was basically saying that all through the presidential campaign, when Trump did win, they were saying retrospectively, they said, oh, there'd been lots of interference from Moscow, but in the run up to the election, in the months before, there were two separate reports which claimed absolutely there's no way that Russia would be involved in doing anything in the election. Firstly, because they had no real interest and it had been assessed by the intelligence agencies. And also, they didn't have the capability to do messing with the electoral machines and all of this. So twice it was categorically ruled out. There's no way on earth there was any intervention or interference from Russia. And then obviously, Trump gets elected despite them saying that it's going to be Hillary right up to the last minute. And then I think it's pretty much the next day or within days, Obama gets all his intelligence people together for a meeting and basically instructs them to rewrite the history and say, let's describe how Moscow interfered. Let's see, create the messaging and all of the backstory for how Russia basically meant that Trump won.
Why would Russia want Trump in charge anyway? I mean, if anything, they'd want Hillary Clinton. I mean, there's nothing better for Putin than a weakling like Biden in charge of America, as he proved by attacking Ukraine while Biden was in charge. Didn't do it
And
by
al- yeah,
Clinton.
and also
There's
in
no way on God's
in
earth that Putin wanted Trump in.
no, and he even said in the last election, he said he was rooting for Kamala Harris. Of course he was,
Of course
because
he was. Any enemy of America would be.
yeah, exactly. So I guess I just kind of and interestingly as well, I don't know if you saw last year, sort of there was a little clip on the news, and Obama was standing there outside number 10 Downing Street, March 18th last year, and I thought, what's Obama doing there? Anyway, no one knew. There were press outside saying, "Hello, what are you meeting about? What is it?" Nothing. No one knows what that meeting was about.
Mm.
So I thought, why? But it presumably it must have been something to do with interfering again, potentially with Trump getting potentially elected. And I look back at the 2016 election, and apparently there was British interference because a guy called Christopher Steele, who was former MI6, created a dossier, gathered lots of information, which supposedly was the very basis for the Russia hoax narrative. So proving that that Russia was involved and that Trump was colluding with Putin to make sure he got in power. But there's also a letter that shows that Christopher Steele had expressed concerns that if Trump did get in, then his foreign policy would be at odds with the UK and it would undermine the US-UK special relationship. So I'm thinking now, if indeed this does come to pass that Obama is tried for treason, then will the UK element be involved as well? Because the whole Russia hoax was based on evidence supposedly provided by the UK, not government as such, but intelligence agencies.
Mm.
But then, but I mean, that would be, I get this, I see online lots of MAGA people say, they get so excited when they think finally there's going to be some justice. But as
There never
always, you
is.
think there never is.
There never
So,
is.
I mean, I'm getting so excited about it. And then me thinking all the things that Obama, he was never meant to be president. He's blooming Kenyan. They even showed that he was Kenyan with his birth certificate years ago, and yet there's no massive outcry or anything that, because you can't become president if you weren't born in the country.
I know. Otherwise, Arnold Schwarzenegger would have been president by now.
But anyway, so then I thought, is there any link between Epstein and Obama?
Well, what was this about Bill Clinton? See, I didn't hear about Trump sending a birthday message. Bill Clinton sent a birthday message to Epstein, and that has been uncovered.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I don't know what that was about. We'll have to wait and see, but I think nothing will come of it. I mean, do you think there's an Epstein list? Is there there's an
Well,
Epstein list, isn't there?
there's
Otherwise, why was he bothering?
it's not a list as such, I don't think. And obviously all the people on it, if it were a list. I mean, it's not, of course, I mean, Epstein wasn't trafficking children. I mean, what's the name?
But
Ghislaine
see,
Maxwell wasn't trafficking
what I
children.
don't understand, right? If there was no list and he wasn't trafficking children and he wasn't doing this and he wasn't doing that, why is Ghislaine Maxwell in jail?
Exactly,
Why is
exactly.
she not
And
out
now,
right now? It was all
and
a
she's,
hoax. Boring, boring, boring. Why is Ghislaine Maxwell in jail then? What did
yeah,
she do?
well, that they're saying that I mean, well, it's true that she wants to have a meeting with President Trump. She wants to have some kind of plea bargaining. So some people are suggesting that, of course, Epstein is guilty as hell, and obviously he's got all these clients. But the behind the scenes, he's not dead. He never committed suicide. People suggest, but because the photo of him lying down after he supposedly committed suicide has got a completely different nose to Jeffrey Epstein. Oh,
Suicide by nose flattening.
but quickly, I looked into the history of him because I remember reading somewhere that he was a teacher, Epstein. So he taught maths and physics at a Dalton High School, which is basically a feeder for the CIA. And just before he was offered that position, the then headmaster, who offered him the position, had written a book. I can't remember the name of the book, but it is available online. It's something to do, something like space relations, I think that's it. And it's all about trafficking underage children to elites in another world. And yeah, it's very odd. And he wrote several books. But anyway, he was the father of the Attorney General who was presiding when Epstein supposedly committed suicide.
All right.
So yeah, and he was never a teacher. He didn't even graduate high school, Epstein. So he shouldn't have been a
How
teacher.
would he be teaching
And
maths and physics?
sorry,
How would he be teaching maths and physics if he didn't even graduate high school?
at a
Well,
girls'
as a
school.
teacher, I mean, they get paid about the same as teachers in England. How did he have millions of pounds in an island?
He had, yeah, so he went from being that teacher to having $77 million,
Yeah.
a fortune. And then he became what was his next job? Sort of financier. Yeah, so the whole thing, and they're all
He
linked
was always
together.
CIA. He was always CIA.
Yeah, so I mean we know he's dodgy, don't we? We very
Well,
much know he's dodgy.
it all falls flat on its face when Ghislaine Maxwell is not let out of jail.
Yeah,
It can't be a
yeah.
joke. It can't be boring, boring, boring because she's in jail. For
If indeed she is in
what did
jail.
she do?
Well,
Well,
yeah,
she's not in
exactly.
jail. But what, what for?
Yeah.
What, for doing nothing?
And why, yeah. Well, Epstein was in jail, wasn't he?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
why
he
was he
was.
in
What was he in
jail?
jail for?
I mean, I think he was in
What was he
jail
in jail
for
for?
financial irregularities. I'm not sure if he was jailed for the.
No, he
I need to
wasn't.
look into that.
He
Was
was
he
in
for the
jail for
trafficking?
pimping. Yeah, yeah,
He was.
yeah.
So who was he pimping and to whom?
Where are the people
Well,
who should be in jail? Prince Andrew, I'm talking to you.
yeah, and he's just been, he's out now as if everything's okay. And I can't believe for 1 minute that all these people are going to get away with it because by admitting that, and if we accept that, what we're saying is evil's already won, and we might as well just give
Well,
up.
they're all psychopaths, aren't they? All working together. What are you supposed to do in the face of that? There's nothing you can do about it. They don't have any guilt. They don't have any empathy. They don't think they're doing any wrong. It's impossible. It's impossible. All you can do is recognize them and avoid them and try and stay out their way and don't become
Yeah,
a.
but how can you stay out the way when I mean, have you seen the sky rats recently? I mean, it's getting worse and worse and worse. It's horrendous.
Well,
They
the
do,
psychopath,
at every level. Yeah,
the
and the
psychopath.
water now, they're going to
Yeah.
take the. Let's talk about the
Oh, well,
water and
what
the.
I found interesting was just a little news item about the water, about farmers taking water unlicensed from rivers. When really that water's for making electricity and businesses. Let me just look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs again. Where does electricity and business come compared to food?
Food, yeah, right. Well,
Why
it
would
doesn't.
farmers have to get special permission to use natural water for their natural product, but businesses and electricity can get it first?
Well, two reasons.
Outrageous.
One that yeah, the money that they make from businesses is massive, but they also trying desperately to take control of the food production, aren't they? I mean, in Lincolnshire, did you see that farmers were banned from using water on their land? Is this why they started using the? Yeah, so there was a ban. Normal people, you could wash your windows or wash your car, but farmers weren't allowed to water their crops during that period of hot weather last week. Luckily, I think they got an injunction and they overrode it. But this is an attack on the farmers
It is
completely.
because of a field in Warboys in Cambridgeshire burnt to the ground last week. So, I don't know if it was a crop or if they'd managed to get the crop out before it went up. But, it's so easy to set fire to these things if you're not going to water them. It's so dry.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah,
deliberate, absolutely deliberate.
so they're having to get licenses to extract water, and they're deemed as doing it illegally if they actually use water that's going across their
Do you
land.
know what infuriates
Food that we
me?
need to eat.
Well, water's free. Who owns the water? They don't own the
Thames
water. It
Water,
comes from the
BlackRock
sky.
own it. BlackRock own Thames Water, don't
It
they?
comes from the sky. It's nobody's, you
It's
know.
not it's not scarce. All these hose pipe bans. We've just come back from Wales. It was chucking it down most days. There's no water shortage. It's
No,
a fallacy. They're
it's
making a shortage. They're
well,
creating a false shortage.
yeah, yeah, just like there's no CO2 global warming issue. It's a lie. It's all a lie, you know.
There's no
It's a
shortage.
total scam. I mean, it literally, I mean, I came across a little article earlier. I mean, I've come across this before. You know, the dumps, the underground military bases. Have you heard of these? Dumps are called. The biggest one or the most renowned is under the Getty Museum. And
Right?
this is one of the child trafficking routes that they use, but also the elites are building like literally underneath Getty. Look at the plans under the Getty Museum. I think it's at least 7 levels below ground level of all sorts of, they're growing their own food under there. They've got maglev trains that go like faster than anything on overground. And this is where presumably they're creating their hell on earth and they're going to live down there in their, you know,
Oh, well, it'd be
because
easy to turn their
everything
oxygen
is
off then.
destroyed. Yeah.
It'd be easy to
Well, they've
turn their
probably
oxygen off. I can't
they've
wait for
probably
them to
got
get down there. Get down there now.
they've probably found ways of creating oxygen, who knows? If they can create a human from scratch, or so they think, the oxygen's a breeze, isn't it?
Hmm.
So yeah, they're destroying everything up here. They're taking away the food. They're going to starve us. That's what they're going to do. It's just like that's what communists do, isn't it? They basically take over
It
the
is the
food control and
communist way. I
starve
mean, it's
everyone
killed how many hundreds of millions of people did communism kill?
more than any
And it's
other
not because
regime
of the
or.
system, it's the psychopaths in charge. They love doing it. I mean, there's no
Yeah.
need for it, but they just have to. They just have to. They can't
It's
help
just,
it.
yeah. No, it's evil. It's just, yeah. And have you heard of Kathy O'Brien?
No.
I think I don't know if she's the one of the ones that has seen the tunnels, herself, but she was one that was trafficked to the Clintons and
Oh, I have seen
sex slave
her
to the
being
Clintons.
interviewed. Yeah, on some.
I saw an interview of her when she was much younger, but I saw another one fairly recently, and she basically said that they're not even, so a lot of these people are not even Satanists, they're not even worshiping Satan. They are basically, it's their own evil that drives them, is how evil they can be, and that's the source of energy. So they're not even looking to an external source for affirmation or anything. It's just their own pure evil that you know, it's quite scary. Like you say that, it's not the communists per se, it's the people who in charge or think that they're gods and can do what the hell they like with the people, like
Well, they get
our
pleasure out of
current
it.
government.
This is the thing that there's something like, is it 3% of society are psychopaths? And I do wonder, does this all tie into those certain bloodlines? What is a psychopath? I mean, a sociopath is a psychopath, but they don't get the same enjoyment out of it. A psychopath is a full-blown sociopath who actually enjoys torturing other people and
Yeah,
animals and stuff. And I think it's 3% of the population. Who are these people and what's wrong with them? And are they these
well,
bloodlines that go all the way back? Are they
it
Lucifer?
could well be because of it. I know it's inbreeding, isn't it? I mean, it's bound to make you psycho in the end. I mean, it's can't be right. And cannibalism, they're eating, people. So and I know that that does affect your brain. Obviously, it's
Well,
bound to, isn't
obviously,
it?
cannibal societies all had a Kreutzschakob, didn't they? A version of
Yeah,
that, like the BSE.
yeah.
So it was feeding,
Creutzfeldt-Jakob's disease, yeah.
yeah. So I
Mad
wonder what
cow
they were
disease,
feeding the
and this
cows to give them BSE. I wonder what they were feeding the cows.
people.
Yeah, it had to be, didn't it, really?
Well, but
People
this,
or
I mean,
monkeys.
I think we've said this before, but on sheer volume of land available and number of cows, there's no way on earth that McDonald's is serving you beef. It's not,
It's
it's
not
not.
funny. It's not funny.
It's Soylent Green. And have you seen these supposed, I don't know where it is, I presume it's in America, don't know which state, but then instead of having normal burials or cremations, they've actually got these cylinders where they liquidize
Oh
people
yeah,
and
they're
it
bringing
goes
that
out into
here.
the water system.
Yeah, they're bringing that
So,
here.
so you basically, it is kind of, they're going to drive us all insane by eating other humans. It's Soylent Green, isn't it?
It's
It's scary, but
they're making the food inedible. I mean, I found out today that 78% of lamb in Britain is halal.
I know, I saw that.
Unlabeled halal.
And it even says higher welfare on it.
Yeah.
Set in Waitrose, and it's halal.
98%. I don't ever buy New Zealand lamb anyway, but 98% of New Zealand lamb is halal. So really, if you want to eat meat and you don't want it to be halal, you've got to go to a proper farm that's selling non-halal meat. I mean, it's a specialty product now.
I know, I
As soon
know.
as I found that out, I went online to find out where I could get non-halal meat. And it's a specialty project. You've got to buy it from a farmer. You've got to order it, frozen.
Yeah, I mean it's. But what I don't understand is all these farmers who are, proper English farmers. How are they allowing their meat to be slaughtered in that way?
Well, who's taken over the abattoirs? They're all
That's what.
praying over the meat.
Well,
God knows what
well,
else they're doing to it. If the Khomeini has got
I'm.
anything to, yeah, as long as they don't sell
Well,
it to their own village, they can do anything to those animals before they slaughter them.
I know. Apparently, over 900 special visas were given I think even last year, or I might be wrong on that, but to halal slaughterers because it's a need in this country. So they're shipping them in as if
But there's,
that,
but it's still it's less than 10% of this country are Muslim. So why is 78% of lamb
yeah,
halal?
now in schools, I mean, they're reducing the sex education down, right down to age, I can't remember what age, but it's probably 4 or
5.
something.
Yeah. Oh, kindergarten, yeah. Preschool.
And and I just saw earlier that they're going to start, because they're so worried about male toxicity and
Toxic
masculine, what's it called?
masculinity.
Toxic masculine, not male toxicity.
Yeah, they
And
want men effeminate so they don't fight back.
yeah,
Because
and I was just going to say I saw that now they're introducing new role models, and Now they're using role models who actually used to be women and have turned into men, supposedly. There's an actor, oh, I can't remember the name now, but this was a woman turned into a supposed bloke, just looks like a woman with short hair, calls herself a man, and they're using this as a role model for young boys in schools now
Disgusting.
for masculinity.
No, I
We're
mean,
finished, aren't we? Scary, isn't it? But I mean, they must have used many, many different ways of doing this. I know in the water, I mean, they put stuff in the water that turns frogs the
telling
opposite
us
sex. And
it's urine from women on the pill. Come on, get off. You're putting that hormone in there.
oh, speaking of
Uh,
that, I read a hideous thing yesterday where this guy that was transitioning had a 2-year-old and or 2 to 3-year-old, and she started her periods and got pubic hair because he kept
Or see,
holding her next to
well,
this
he's got the
gel that
patch on his gel or whatever.
it's just, I mean, what is, it's just, and then also in the news this week, a child or an embryo has been created from 3 people,
Oh, that's been going on for a long time,
a
that.
throuple.
A thruple, like that thruple who've changed the abortion law. A BDSM thruple.
Three really is the magic number.
It really is. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, what can you say
Where's it
to
all going
that?
to end? It's all gonna end.
I mean, in
Oh,
better news, I mean, I was watching a podcast of someone who's an AI specialist, and he's decided that if our AI was ever going to be any good, it would have done it already. Because basically, they're pouring trillions into it, and there's not making a cent out of it. And usually, starters like Facebook and Meta and all this stuff, by 10 years, they were like raking it in. And AI has been around 10 years now, and it's still costing a fortune and yielding nothing.
who's it
Because,
costing though? Who's paying it?
oh, well, people who are developing it, people like
Mm.
Google and Microsoft and all these people who are developing it. But the thing is, if it wasn't free, nobody would bother using it. This is the thing. What would you charge for ChatGPT? Would you use it if you had to pay? And since it was
Mm.
mostly school kids writing their homework, no, they wouldn't.
Well, I think this is why it will be enforced. This is why they want to put a chip in you because it's only to make us slaves, isn't it? Basically, they're
Yeah.
just testing it out and they've got all the money to burn anyway. I read that the two, I said, wait a minute, $23 trillion has gone missing, but it's actually not gone missing. It's gone into these underground tunnels to create the world for the elites once it all goes wrong
Up.
upside down up there. So they've probably got all the AI that's actually working down there, and they're just like doing this for, oh, let's give the masses bread
No,
and circuses and a bit of AI.
no, I've seen lots of people who were there at the start and started developing it and they're AI programmers and they say it's just crap. It's just not going anywhere. It's not making any
Mm.
progress. It's never going to be any more than something. Well, if you think about what it is, all it does is troll stuff that's already exists that humans have
Yeah.
created and then just puts bits together, a bit like collecting pictures out of a magazine and making a new collage. You're never going to create anything original because you've always
No.
had to just scour what already exists. And obviously, as more and more AI bots roam around the internet creating content of their own, it becomes second, third, fourth, fifth hand and less original and more samey. So, when people talk about AI getting better, how would it? It can only be as good as the best human. And it's not necessarily the best humans who've put stuff online, and it can only get as good as that. Um,
Yeah.
so without people putting out original content online continuously for it to feed on, it's just going to be feeding on other bots eventually, and it will just become more and more watered down. So this
And
idea
maybe,
that of general, artificial general intelligence and it becoming sentient, it's just never going to happen because it's not an original thinker. It doesn't think at all. All it does is
unless,
guess
yeah,
words using
unless,
probability.
unless somehow they're able to implant a human brain within it. I don't know. I mean, they're constantly doing stuff that we find absolutely abhorrent, and who knows what if experiments they're doing. I mean, back to those tunnels and things, I've read, I mean, who knows if it's true or not, or, people's insane minds, but saying they've seen hybrids. They've actually been melding humans with artificial intelligence or animals with humans, and they've seen these beasts roam about. And they're obviously, I mean, Fauci and Hitler and Goebbels, they've all been experimenting for decades, haven't they? I mean, it's so they must have come up with some horrific things. That's probably why they're so deep down in the, below the Getty, because they can't allow them to escape into the real world, because who knows what havoc that would cause.
Yeah, I mean, when you think of experiments they've done on animals in the past, I mean, did you ever see the experiment where they transplanted a monkey's head onto another
No, onto what?
onto another monkey? But they brought it back round and the terror on its face,
Oh,
it was just horrific. And this is what they get up to. I mean,
I know. Well,
smoking
even
mirrors.
that. Do you remember when they grew an ear on the back of a mouse? Do you remember
Yeah,
that? I
yeah.
mean, that as if that's normal
Why?
in any way.
Why would
Yeah.
why would you be fascinated by that? Why would you even be interested in any of that?
Playing God, isn't it? It's
It's
playing God.
worse. It's worse. It's sick.
It's
And they
power.
enjoy it. It's sadism, and they enjoy it. But imagine having the sort of mind that would want to do that sort of thing to an animal.
Yeah.
It's just
Or a
gross.
human.
Well, I
Well,
mean,
an
a
animal. A
human
human
as
is an
well. You
animal.
know, I mean, if you'll do it
Yeah.
to an animal, you'll do it to a human, won't you? Probably more
Yeah.
so because they're not as cute. But yeah, gross. Yeah. Anyway,
Have you got anything upbeat to finish on?
oh, I've not got anything upbeat. Well, there's always the girl in the Union Jack dress who was
Yes.
out of school for celebrating her culture. And then all the trolls on the internet who said, since when was a Union Jack dress British culture? Well, possibly since Baby Spice wore it and did the
Yeah.
Olympics.
Ginger spice.
Was it Ginger
Ginger
Spice?
spice.
One of them wore it.
Yeah.
One of them,
Yeah.
Britpop, remember Cool Britannia? Remember all that?
Exactly. Exactly.
You know,
And the
does
school
Britannia
specifically.
have to be Bodicea? Did she have to go dressed as Bodicea? No. I
Well,
think,
if she had, it would have been the same result. They
oh
didn't want
yeah.
anything to do with British culture. They sent home a little boy in a flat cap and I can't remember what he was dressed as, but and
Farmer.
a
He was
person
dressed
with a
as a
Welsh
farmer.
flag. They
Oh,
sent yeah,
yeah, yeah.
anything to do with British culture, even though it says celebrate your own culture, you
Mm,
know. And
mm.
then the school had to close early for summer because of all these extreme
Oh, right.
threats.
Not people who were just right. Because if you're
No,
right now, you're far right.
all
Don't
right.
mean like right leaning, just
No,
right.
no,
Like
no, just
correct.
right, just
You're
right.
correct.
Yeah.
That is the British
If,
culture. No, you're far right. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so well done her.
Uh,
Anyway, she's going to do her little speech that she never got to give at school at a Tommy Robinson.
yeah, the 13th of September free speech rally. Are you going?
Yes. No.
You're not going.
Maybe. We'll see. Anyway, I think that's it, unless we've got anything else.
No, let's see what exciting things next week brings.
Indeed. Mm.
Yes. Well,
When we've all been starved of water and
yes. Well,
we'll
we
have
won't be
our
starved of
halal
it, but
tea.
we'll have to pay more when it's high, when it's in more
Oh yes,
usage.
because Thames water. Thank God I don't live in Thames water anymore. I'd be so livid. But I mean, what happened with Thames is BlackRock bought it, asset stripped it, drove it down to the bare minimum, and then walked away. Took the money
Yeah,
elsewhere, took all the money out and put it in something new. Because nowadays, whereas it used to be if you buy shares and stuff, they may go up or down and it's a risky business. Because BlackRock own everything, some are going up, some are going down. They don't lose overall ever. There's no
they
risk.
just go wherever
They
the
just
money is.
move
Yeah,
it around. So yeah, so they took all the money out, and now, of course, the water bill payers will have to fund all that billions of pound of well, probably even just the general taxpayer, because it is London water, and we can't have London Muslims without their water, can we? They
no.
might not have a bath.
Oh no, they don't wash, so
I'm
they'll be
being
fine.
ironic, but they need something to sluice down the place where they keep the goats, don't they?
Anyway, on that note,
Bye.
see you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.